Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dharunaganesh and I'm the Senior Manager of Strategic Communication here at DXN Holdings Berhad. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. What I'm about to share with you is something I genuinely believe will make a real difference. Not just how we work, but to how we feel at work. Today, I'll be walking you through the Strategic Workplace Communication Enhancement Program, a structured evidence-based proposal that addresses some very real communication gaps we've identified across our organization. So let's get started. So here's a quick roadmap of what we'll be covering today. 7 sections in total. We'll start with the program overview, then look at the communication challenges we've uncovered through our internal audit. From there, we'll dive into the training design, who's involved, what the sessions look like, and how they'll be delivered. We'll also cover the logistics and the budget, the rollout roadmap, the expected impact on staff, well-being and performance, and finally, we'll wrap up with a clear call to action for the board. It's a lot to cover, but I'll keep things clear and concise, and I promise you that. So why are we here? Well, DXN is going through a significant digital transformation, and with that comes change, complexity, and unfortunately some communication breakdowns along the way. Our recent internal audit and staff feedback sessions have revealed some critical gaps that are affecting performance, morale, and how connected our teams feel to the bigger picture. The purpose of this program is straightforward: to equip our middle managers and team leaders with practical strategic communication skills to close the gaps. In terms of scope, we are looking at an organization-wide rollout, over 80 managers across all departments, delivered over a focus of 3 months period. And the outcomes we are aiming for: clearer messaging, better virtual meetings, a stronger feedback culture, and a more collaborative workplace overall. Now let's talk about what the data is telling us, because the numbers don't lie. Through our internal audit, we identified 5 key communications challenges and scored each one on a severe scale of 1 to 10. Inconsistent messaging came in at 8.5. That's the highest, followed closely by declining employee morale at 8.2. But what really brings this to life are the staff feedback findings. 72% of our people say they receive unclear directives from the management. 65% find virtual meetings unproductive. 58% have noticed a drop in the team morale over the past year. And perhaps most concerning, only 30% of staff feel comfortable giving upward feedback. These aren't just numbers, they are present, real experience from real people in our organization, and they tell us, so we need to act. My next slide is going to be training design, designated participants. So who is the program designed for? 3 key groups. First, our middle managers. 45 participants in total. These are the departmental heads and senior executives responsible for cross-functional communication and strategy alignment. They set the tone. Second, the team leaders. We have about 38 participants. These are our frontliners, supervisors, managing day-to-day communication, delegation, and performance feedback. They are the ones closest to the ground. And the third, HR and communications business partners. 12 participants. This individual will be trained as program champions, ensuring this initiative has lasting impact well beyond the initial rollout. That brings our total to 95 participants spanning all departments across DXN Holdings Berhad. Core training components. The training itself is built around 4 modules, each one designed to target one of the key challenges we identify. Module 1 focuses on strategic messaging and clarity, helping our leaders craft consistent, structured communication that flows clearly top to down. Module number 2 tackles effective virtual meeting management, because we all know how painful a poorly run Teams call can be. This covers structure, facilitation, and follow through. Module number 3 is about employee engagement and morale building. Think active listening, recognition, feedback loops, and creating psychological safety within these teams. And Module 4 focuses on interdepartmental collaboration, cross-functional communication, conflict resolution, and collaboration decision making. Together, these 4 modules directly address every challenge we saw in the audit. Now, how will the training actually be delivered? This is actually very important, because everyone can just deliver a training or just like that. But here I would like to tell you all that we've designed a blended approach to make sure it works for everyone, regardless of location or schedule. 50% of the program will be delivered in person, which is face-to-face, interactive workshops right here at DXN HQ with case studies, role plays, and group discussion led by the certified facilitator. So when we say role play, this is like actual on-the-job situation or experience they have been experiencing, and actual facts that we can actually use. Now 30% will be virtual live session, real-time MS Teams sessions, so our colleagues across different locations can participate fully with breakout rooms and live polls built in. And 20% will be self-paced e-learning available 24/7 through our LMS platform with quizzes, videos, and scenario-based exercise. So this training is a flexible, engaging mix that meets people where they are. Now, this slide is actually very important because it talks about logistic and budget. Let's talk practicalities, yeah? The program runs over 3 months, March to May 2026, with sessions held at the DXN HQ Training Center and virtually for outstations teams. Each session will take about 15 to 20 participants, keeping things focused and interactive. So we're going to break them up. We're going to make into focus group of people. On the investment side, the total program cost comes to RM 95,700, and that includes a 10% contingency buffer. Breaking that down, facilitation fees make up to 35,000, e-learning development RM 22,000, venue and equipment 18,000, and training materials 12,000. This is a targeted investment in our people, and when you look at the projected outcomes coming up, I think you'll agree the money is well spent. Implementation roadmap. So how does this roll out in practice? We have planned it in 4 phases. Phase 1, January to February 2026, is our pre-program stage. This is where we finalize the design, identify our facilitators, set up the LMS platform, and get board approval to proceed. And we also want to know is the training needs analysis as well. Phase 2, March 2026, is the pilot launch. We'll run a pilot batch of 20 participants, gather feedback, and refine the content before the full rollout. Phase 3, April 2026, is evaluation. We'll measure KPIs, conduct post-training surveys, produce an ROI report, and put a sustainability plan in place to keep the momentum going. It's a well-paced, structured approach. Nothing is rushed because we don't want to rush everything, and we want the participant to get proper feedback, and the outcome is what we want to achieve from the objective that we have in this training. Expected impact. Now, what are we expecting to achieve from this training? The projected results are really encouraging. Across all 5 areas we measured, we are projecting significant improvements. Communications clarity is expected to jump from 42% to 80%. That's a very positive note that we would like to look at. Meeting effectiveness from 38% to 78%. Employee morale from 45 to 82%. And feedback culture, one of our lowest scores, which is from 30% to 72%. In terms of headlines outcomes, 90% of targeted managers trained within 3 months, a 38% projected increase in communication effectiveness, a 40% reduction in meeting-related complaints, and a 25% improvement in employees' engagement scores. These aren't just aspirational targets, they are grounded in the data from our audit and benchmarked against similar training programs in comparable organizations. So ladies and gentlemen, to wrap it up, the Strategic Workplace Communication Enhancement Program is a targeted, evidence-based initiative designed to directly address DXN's most pressing internal communication challenges. We have a clear design, a phased-out rollout, measurable outcome, and a realistic budget of 95,700. What we need from the board today is 4 things: endorse and approve the budget, authorize the commencement of phase 1, assign HR and communications as the program stewards, and confirm a review of our interim progress report at the April board meeting. This is an investment in our people, our culture, and ultimately our organization performance. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time and consideration, and looking forward for a positive reply from the management team. Thank you.